Hey, what's up with it, man? It's the Bulletproof Podcast. We back in this bitch, man. Got some things to talk about, man. Hope everybody week, man, going well. We gonna get deep today. We gonna have some fun. We gonna have a good time. We gonna talk about some shit. Let me take a shot real quick. Mm-mm. I want to start this off for entertainment purposes. I'm gonna start this off talking about the whole Israel-Palestine conflict. It's just my theory. For entertainment purposes about the Israel-Palestine conflict that's going on, the genocide. This is just my opinion. After seeing everything that's taking place in Israel and how they are committing genocide against the Palestinians, I kind of feel like October 7th either was known about through the Israeli government or was damn near orchestrated through the Israeli government in order for them to have an excuse to do what they're doing right now to the Palestinian people. Do I know if this is true? No. This is just a theory that I have. But I find it very strange that now all of a sudden they will want to take these very extreme measures of killing civilians for the whole world to see. And they're using October 7th as a way to justify trying to take out Hamas. Now, the Israeli government and the American government, they cool, right? How is the Israeli government just bombing people, churches, and all this type of stuff, killing all these innocent civilians when they have the knowledge, they have the military intelligence to figure out who these guys are? Benjamin Netanyahu keeps saying that Hamas is hiding within civilians. Well, guess what? There's a lot of terrorist organizations in America that date back to the 60s, terrorists, and they weren't terrorists, but they were a terror for white supremacy. Look how they did Malcolm X. Look how they did Martin Luther King. Look how they did Fred Hampton. Look how they did all of our politicians, well, not politicians, but our religious leaders, our street leaders. Look how calculated America was in taking out the CIA and the FBI in the counterintelligence. Look at all the practices that they used in order to infiltrate quote unquote terrorist groups, which I don't think, we already know they weren't terrorist groups. They was just a threat to white supremacy. They didn't have to go out and kill a whole bunch of innocent civilians, which they did, but not to this level during the 60s and the 70s. I'm just speaking on the 60s and 70s. Now, if the Israeli government is so cool with American government, why are they not using these tactics that America has used on black people to take out and to snuff out real revolutionary ass shit? Because anytime that one population tries to oppress another population, that population that's getting oppressed is going to have hatred. There's going to be contention. There's going to be all that type of shit. You're going to get a rebellion brewing through the people that you oppress. That's just natural human shit. Facts. I say that to say this. The Israeli government, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, my opinion, I think that they're using October 7th to really commit mass genocide, and they're using that as an excuse to do these horrendous things to the Palestinians. And I think because Americans are so far removed from Palestine, and Palestine, you know what I'm saying? We so removed from over in that country, and we so focused on shit that we got going on here. Now, it's people that it is focused on it, you know what I'm saying? But when it's not in your face, it's one thing to see images of bodies of people losing their life, but it's another thing to actually live it. It's another thing to actually live it. See, black people, we actually lived through bombings, through killings, through lynchings, and all that type shit. Real talk, if you really want to be real about it, black people right now kind of think we got it kind of good. It's bad. But it ain't Palestinian bad, because we done been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? And black people feel for Palestine. I'm not trying to compare pain. You can't compare pain and you can't compare genocide. But I'm saying that white supremacy and what the Israeli state is doing to the Palestinians is, in the year 2024, to be doing that is crazy work, my nigga. That's wild, bro. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit, man. I seen some images, man. I was like, man, that's horrendous, bro. Like that shit ain't. Why? What for? They trying to ethnically cleanse that whole land over there just for the Israelis, for resources, for land. I think somebody was saying that they trying to develop that land and all this type of shit. Bro, the Israeli government just does not like Palestinians for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm not a historian. But if I was a gambling man, the way that this Palestinian-Iranian war is going on right now, it seems like they used October 7th either knowingly or willingly to just have an excuse to just go in the most brutal way. In the most brutal way. And my heart goes out to the Palestinian people. I hate that y'all going through that, man. Man, sometimes I wish I was a goddamn... Man, sometimes I watch superhero movies like Superman and all these superheroes. I'm like, man, why we ain't got a real life superhero that got real superpowers that stop this shit, man? That's why it's hard to believe in Jesus sometimes, because where was Jesus at when we was going through 400, 500 years of white supremacy in America? I just don't understand how black people could believe in Jesus, man, when, man, I feel like if the perfect time to come back as, you know, to help somebody would be during slavery times. 500 years, that's crazy, my nigga. Like, bro, we've been through so much in this country, man. Black people are really kind of numb to everything, man. We not numb, but it's just like we still fighting the battle. We still fighting the battle, and not only are we fighting the battle, but everybody is co-opting our battle. And like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, man, and I really hate to say this, man, but with everything that black people have been through in this country, we can't afford to focus on what other people are doing to other people. That's terrible what's going on there. But I cannot distinguish an Israeli person from a Palestinian person. There is no difference in the way that they look. Like, if you see a black person, you see a white person, clearly there's a difference. You see a black person and a Mexican, clearly there's a difference. You even in America, you can see a Arab person and a black person. You can see that there is a difference. The way they talk culturally, the way that they look. But when it comes to them Palestinians and them and the Israeli people, man, I'm like, damn, boy, that's white on white crime to me. Shit, I'm just gonna keep it all the way gangster with you, man. That's white on white crime. That's just how I feel about it. Now, this is just for entertainment purposes. Because every time I put something up about what's going on, they take my shit down. And this is just my thoughts. This is not hate speech. I don't hate nobody. You know, I got to be PC about this. But what's going on over there is terrible. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to compare pain or nothing like that. So I hope nobody got offended by that, but that's just how I feel as a black person. You know what I'm saying? As a nigga. Now, I want to talk about Northwest. I seen her do a Northwest. Kanye West's daughter did a performance. She did a performance of The Lion King. I think she did like I think she just did like a song. And people are going crazy about this shit. I'm like, man, what's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? Shit, nigga, if I was a motherfucking millionaire and my baby wanted to perform on Hollywood or on the main stage somewhere and wanted to be, yeah, nigga, I'ma use all my resources to make that happen for my child. White people do it all the time. We don't say nothing about that. Nepotism is a real thing, and white people have been using nepotism for centuries. Let Kanye West's daughter get on that stage and sing Lion King. The hell y'all mad about? Same thing I see about LeBron James' son, Bronny James. Let that man go to the NBA and play with his daddy. White people been using nepotism since the beginning of time. It's time for us to use it as well. And we should celebrate it instead of everybody having a goddamn opinion about it and talking down on, man, it could have been a whole nother, man, he taken away from another NBA player. She taken away from somebody that could have played Lion King symbol. Man, we need more nepotism black babies out here in these streets. We need all this wealth we can get. We only make up 12% of the goddamn population. What you expect motherfuckers to do? Kanye West ain't wrong for putting his baby in the best position for her to win because he loves his child. LeBron James as well. Black people, and I don't really know if black people been talking about this, but I've been seeing some shit on ESPN. LeBron James is supposed to use his power any shape, form, or fashion for his son to have a better life and not go through the same shit that he had to go through. Now, talent is going to speak for itself. Let them get in the game, give them a head start, but they got to work for it. Now, if they don't work hard enough, if they're not talented enough, that's gonna be shown. The cream of the crop is always gonna rise to the top. So you can be a nepotism baby all you want to, but if you just trash out here in these streets, it's gonna show. It's gonna come through. But yeah, man, just because you had to struggle doesn't mean that your child has to struggle, bro. Isn't that the whole point about having kids so they can have a better life? I ain't saying pacify their ass. I'm not saying goddamn me, you know what I'm saying, like make everything easy for them. But shit, whatever door that you can help open up for your child, open that motherfucker up. That's just how I feel about that. This is the last thing I want to talk about. I'm gonna make this one real short and sweet. There's been a lot of alien news revamping back up in the media, especially on social media, on TikTok. Seeing a whole lot of alien shit going on around this motherfucker, man. Hey! And this is how I feel. This is how I feel about the aliens. Man, look. I think our government is gearing and has been using propaganda and using a lot of this David Grush, these UFO testimonies, and y'all know all the shit that's been going on. I think that they're using it to prepare us for something. What that something is, I don't know. A lot of people are saying it's Project Bluebeam. I don't necessarily believe in that, but I'm not gonna put that out the realm of possibility. what I truly believe is, I think that the government is in contact with some type of extraterrestrial being, maybe beings, and they know that they coming, they already here, and I think that they're really afraid of how human beings are going to react to whatever is going to happen. That's what they keep saying. They keep saying, man, if human beings knew the real truth about UFOs and aliens, it would destroy humanity. Man, the government would collapse, religion would collapse, all the infrastructure would collapse. It'll be chaos in the streets. And I don't necessarily think that. I think it's a lot of people that are ready for the truth and that are very mature enough to be able to have this dialogue and be able to experience whatever is about to happen, because we understand this is the next step in evolution for humanity. It's about time for this shit to happen. All these wars that's going on, all this killing, all this gang shit, all of these corrupt ass politicians, all these corrupt ass government. That's who really afraid of this UFO shit getting out. They trying to keep blaming it on the American people and just human beings. Now it's the government worried about these UFOs and the real truth getting out, because now they can't be corrupt like how they really want to be. They getting their money by hiding the truth from us. They're exploiting this whole UFO shit. And they're only giving us just enough for us to be quiet and shut the fuck up. Because let's be real, a lot of people really aren't really going crazy about this UFO shit. Like how I thought it was when I was a kid. I was like, man, this shit would have came out in the 90s, nigga. Boy, this shit would have been crazy. Man, there's too much shit going out here in the world, man. People ain't really worried about UFOs like that. People are worried about it, but they not really worried about it because the news cycle is something different every day. And that's how they trick you. That's the real motherfucking matrix. Even this whole alien shit is a matrix. It's all the game. Everything is a motherfucking stage. Now, I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you some things that I do think. Let me take a shot. Let me tell you what I really think about this UFO shit. I think the moon is a base. I think it's something artificial. Do your own research on that. But I think there's already extraterrestrial presence on the moon. And I think that they're doing experiments. I think they're coming here and back, all that type of shit. There's a lot of good UFO video footage that you can see on goddamn me TikTok. I think that our government is in bed with extraterrestrials. You don't really hear too much about alien abductions no more. Y'all remember back in the 80s, in the 90s, early 2000s, man, say them alien abductions was a motherfucker, wasn't it? Man, was an alien abduction documentary coming out damn near once a month. You don't hear about that shit no more, really. I think that our government has allowed alien abductions to happen with Americans in order for technology, in order for some type of crash retrieval, knowledge, and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I think this is, and it's a lot of people that are coming out whistleblowing saying about this. I think once everything gets exposed, it's not about the aliens, it's about what our government has already been in bed with these extraterrestrial beings and what our government has allowed them to do to American citizens, because they can't stop it. So they was like, well, shit, we might as well just have some type of agreement. We can't stop you, but shit, man, if y'all gonna kidnap 1,000 people, man, show us how to make fiber optics. Show us how. Show us a new way to communicate. Show us some new perpetual motions. That's what I think. And I think that these aliens have been kidnapping people, alien abductions, and using our DNA, them grays, to motherfucking me try to save their race, maybe. So the theory is that the gray aliens are really us from the future and from another dimension, and they've been coming here abducting us. That's one theory. And they've been abducting us in order to get our DNA so they can procreate, and because something is going on with them genetically. The other thing is, people are saying that the grays are they are a living embodiment of like AI. They're like an AI for a whole nother civilization that they use to come down here, and maybe they're experimenting. It goes back to the ancient Sumerian times. Man, look, we could do a whole pod on that. Matter of fact, fuck it. We probably will do a pod today. You know what? I've been drinking, bitch. Hold on. Look, aliens have been here. Aliens have been here. They've been here since the beginning of time. My theory is, I think that they might have had something to do with the advancement of our brain size and our capability. There's a lot of theories about that. A lot of people, subscribe to the whole ancient Sumerian, where they was, Planet X was dying and they wanted to come to Earth to mine gold, and they seen the hominids that was living here, so they put their DNA with us. That's one theory. Now, how true that is, I don't know. It's a very interesting theory. I don't know how true it is. I've done a lot of research on it, and I don't want to I don't know if it's true. I don't really like saying, yeah, I believe in this. I can just tell you the things that I think that are the most plausible. Like if I was a gambling man, I can honestly say that I do think that there was something here that was monitoring us, and maybe that they seen different hominids here, Neanderthal. They said there was like 3 other species of man here, but we killed all of them. And maybe, I don't fucking know. I think something happened with that. I don't know. But I do think that there is something going on. And the government knows. They're monetizing this. And they're draining all of our resources in order to keep this lie going as long as they can, before them motherfuckers is like, hey, all right, come on. At some point now, goddamn, bitch, it's been goddamn me 2,000, 5,000 years, bitch. And y'all got to start telling the truth now. And I think that we are going to be very close to the truth coming out. Honestly, I think before 2025. I think that I honestly think that there is going to be a very visible alien mothership. It was a dude that came out on, I can't remember what news station he came out, but he already said this. He was like, oh, the government says that there is a possibility of a mothership. We've detected it and all this type of shit. And it was here and it was gone. As fast as he said it, he didn't say nothing else about it. So I think that they're putting things out there in the ether for us to get mentally prepared for what's about to happen. Another reason why I think that is about to happen, because of all these proxy wars that are going on. I mean, look at China and Taiwan, and we already know the situation about that. Russia, Ukraine, they fighting. Israel and Palestine, they fighting. And then guess what? There's fighting at home against Americans, against blue, against red, against immigrants, against people that have been here, against black people, against foundational black Americans, against people in the UK. Apparently that's a thing now. I'm like, damn, UK, why y'all worried about us, bro? But that's a whole nother story. Man, shit. It is so many different distractions out here. It is way too many different distractions out here to be focused solely just on UFOs. And I think that that's done purposefully. We have all of these distractions to keep us away. And for good measure too. These are legit distractions. They are legit. But this is the thing. All these distractions that are going on, all these wars that are going on, when are we going to realize that these wars that are going on, everybody in America, I would say, I think majority of people in America and abroad throughout this whole planet doesn't want this to happen. I think majority of us don't want this to happen. It's the people that are in power, politicians, these major corporations, Walmart, Apple, all this shit that are extracting all these different resources, that are trying to come out with the next best and best product. And all these politicians out here trying to come up with all these laws and regulations just to fatten their motherfucking wallets. They're doing this because they know that we have no control. This whole voting shit, this is a facade. It's a facade. It's a hologram. These politicians do not have your best interests at heart. All that celebrity blocking and shit, that was the dumbest shit ever. I've been saying that shit. It's these politicians. And then I keep hearing people saying, well, you know, if you vote for local government, well, guess what? You can vote for your local government. You can vote for, you know, your mayor and all that type of shit locally. But everybody can be swayed when it comes to the money and power. Look at these celebrities. It's people that we never thought that are celebrities that would be hoe ass niggas. I'm not saying that we was worshiping them. We wasn't worshiping celebrities, but I'm saying there's a lot of celebrities that it's like, damn, you was doing that? Diddy, Ellen, a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Who that white dude that it's a lot of motherfuckers. Diddy ain't the only one out here doing weird shit, because the human spirit can be corrupted when it comes to money, power, and influence. These politicians, these celebrities, your president of the United States, the president of Israel, everybody can be corrupted. No one, all these politicians and all these major corporations are working off are being lived. They're living a lifestyle of being rich and famous off of the hard works of just regular people like me and you. They go to work every day. We are slaves for them. Freedom is an illusion. I keep saying this. Freedom is a motherfucking illusion. If I got a farm and I got a whole bunch of chickens and pigs, I got a whole bunch of animals, I let them roam free. I feed them. I got the pigs over here. I got the chickens over here. Everybody kind of ducked off. Is that free? Let's even go to a human level. Let's go to a zoo level. A zoo is a prison for a motherfucking lion. That lion only has maybe 2,000, maybe, I don't know the square foot, but he only got so much room to move around. That motherfucker don't know he a lion. He don't know where he come from. That motherfucker ain't no goddamn lion. That's street meat. What happened to them animals when they die in that zoo? What happens to animals when they die in the zoo? Ain't nobody said nothing about that. I ain't never seen a zoo grave. Where the zoo graves at? Where they buried Free Willy at? In Shamu. Where them niggas buried at? You can't go to their grave. You know where they food? You know where they at? They in your food. Human beings are no different when it comes to corporate America and politicians. We are all slaves to these corporations. And because we have so many distractions, this whole planet is full of people that got ADHD. That's why I don't think they're going to ban TikTok. Because on your TikTok, you can scroll up on that motherfucker. Let's say that all you watch is cooking shit. They're going to throw some other shit in there that you're going to eventually stop on. You're going to be like, damn, I didn't know this was going on. And that's going to take you down a rabbit hole until you get tired of that. Then you're going to something else. Everybody in America has ADHD. Everybody that has an internet phone that's on social media has ADHD. It's too many beautiful women out here on social media. It's too many niggas out here with money on social media that these women look at. So there's too many distractions for us to be focused on one thing as a human society. Even when it comes to cultural, as long as we keep the people fat, fed, and we give them some entertainment, we'll be cool. Playoffs. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Who really wants to see that, bro? Who really wants to see Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, dog? You know who wants to see that? People who disassociate themselves with reality. It's just a whole nother tactic for them to keep you distracted so you won't get reactive on these funky ass motherfuckers. Man, say, bro, this is a deep game. I'm gonna say this too. Just imagine how much power that we have. Let's just say I stay in an apartment complex, right? Now just imagine this apartment complex that I stay in. It's been through like 4 different companies since I've been here, right? Now and they've been going up on the rent. I think like $50 every year since I've been here. I want to say 50. I think one time they went up like $100 on my ass. You know what I'm saying? But now just imagine if everybody that pay rent in this apartment, everybody say, you know what, we ain't gonna pay rent this month until they lower rent. Just in this apartment complex, if everybody got together and say, you know what, nobody pays rent this month. Let's all go to work. Let's all go to work. We can still go get groceries. But they can't kick us all out now. Ain't enough police in the world in Dallas to kick us all out. But see, we don't realize that because we so happy with just having a roof over our head and just being able just to have a roof over our head and being able to have cable and internet and all this type of shit. We're so well fed in the zoo, on the farm. I don't want to go out into the wilderness. If I was a lion or a pig, I gotta hunt for my food when all my food is right here. Our lives right now are too convenient for us to want to be revolutionary. Our lives are too convenient for us to really want to turn up. You take that for whatever you want to take it. Y'all know what I want to say, but I can't say it. Till next time, be your best time.